Hello everybody, my name is Zelinator and welcome back to Ultimate Minecraft Polyworld episode, what are we on? 402. The reason why I'm here is because this is where I took the screenshot for the new thumbnail. So yeah, I saw that iron golem down there strafe it, looked kind of funny. Yeah, let me head out off in this direction and go get the goods, because it'd be cool if I can pick up these slime balls before they despawn. Don't particularly need the slime balls, but there's very likely to come a day where I will require all these massive amount of slime balls, and those two iron golems are standing on top of the monument. Oh my gosh, are they like honoring their fallen friend? My nose is also a little bit stuffy, so if I sound a little funny while talking, that's one of the reasons. Alright, so let me go put away 43 of these slime balls. I didn't know I had 43 until I picked them up. Anyways, I think we're gonna have to go to the end soon because we'll have more XP to get. In fact, here, why don't I go to the end now? Why don't I just go to the end now? And that way, let's grab these as well. We'll just go to the end now, and then this will be before everyone else gets here. And just get my stuff prepared, since I don't have any more disenchanting I can do. I've already disenchanted everything I wanted. You seeing that? Look, there's more slime balls. More slime balls here. We're also going to go up to the top right, because I saw that as well. And a doink. Double doink. Alright, let's go head back. In fact, if I remember, when we come back, we might combine the pink and purple sheep. Oh yeah, is everyone all grown up now? Everyone grown up and in the pen? If I really wanted, now that well, once I'm done with the last color, if I really wanted, I could make more sheep and have 4 in each pen instead of 3. But at the same time, do I really need that much wool for each? I will kind of say, part of me wishes that each sheep pen was 3 by 3. Well, I guess 5 by 5 if you include the fence. 5 by 5. 5 by 5 area plus enough for the sheep, but I think that would have been rather large. If I really wanted, I could make the pathway in between only 1 block wide, and then I think that would allow enough space. So it's not impossible, I'll just have to put down all the fences first. And I was supposed to come back with stone brick because I need to fix that. And the pig spawner. Not the pig spawner, the pig egg. The egg. I'll need to come back here. I don't know if I'm going to be back to the end long after this, though. But yeah, we'll just get the tools real quick on the up and up, and then we're going to make it stone brick. I don't know how much stone brick I'll need, but we'll figure that out when we get there. Thankfully, all the disenchanting I did last time was able to give me a big boost on the pickaxe and shovel, so that way we won't have to spend too much time here. But yeah, I don't know how many swords I have left. And I can't remember if pre-release 3 was when I could start combining my stuff again. Because it'd be rather cool if I could combine items in the crafting grid again. That'd make me happy. I miss that feature. It was around for 8 years. Beta 1.9 pre-release. I think pre-release 2 was the first version. It was either 2 or 3, but I'm pretty sure it was pre-release 2 that added the ability to start combining tools in the crafting grid, and it would give you plus 10% durability, plus 10% of the total durability in addition to the durability of the 2 combined. And then within a couple of updates or so, they reduced it from 10% to 5%. What did that say? 14 hours a day of this vlog game. I remember that. That was the summer of 2013. Spending 14 hours a day playing Minecraft on a server that I'm really, really sad about because that all those worlds no longer exist. Yes, I can combine again. Yes. Oh, this makes me so happy. such a small feature, but I'm telling you, this is one of the best features, hands down. And I'll need to disenchant those, but that could wait. Let me grab all these iron swords. This one sparks joy. See, look, that just freed up so many slots in here now. Alright, that one's used, that one used. This one's new. Used. We're gonna keep using up this iron sword. But yeah, eventually I'll need to disenchant that because I didn't realize I still had it in here. And so we'll start here. Hopefully we don't have to spend too much time. Take that off, get the pickaxe ready. Let's do some repairing. Howdy y'all, how's it going? Let me turn that down on my end. I've gotta say, I think putting the Enderman Master here was a good idea because I'm realizing it is nice having all the Endermen grouped together at this one side. It's not most optimal, but that's okay, I suppose. Here, let me just. Oh, that was fast. Oh wait, hold up. Hanoink. Probably just gonna take one hit. Yep. And then let me get the shovel. Alright, who's next? I didn't realize I was getting hungry. I'm already at 3.5 armor bars. Man, my armor's getting hungry. Oh yeah, 1440. The slime balls. Howdy! Remember you? I think so. I feel like it's been a while since you've last been on here. Been busy with school and stuff. Oh, one got out. Sorry, buddy, I gotta take care of you. You don't belong here. Where are you going? No, no, no. You knew what was coming for him. Yeah, if there's a way for me to prevent Endermen from spawning on here, that'd be cool. Well, the thing is, they don't spawn there, because I prevent them from spawning. I made sure of that. But I can't prevent them from teleporting. I'd have to flood everything to prevent Endermen from teleporting here. Because I want to say they teleport on every solid block. Unless if I did something weird with, like, I don't know, fences maybe. I don't know if Endermen can teleport onto fences, because they're not a full block. They're a solid block, but they're not a full block. 1540. I think once this cluster is done, it will be all set. There we go. Alright, cool. See, that was fast. Alright, let's head back. Let's also put the armor on. And feast. I hunger. So says that one quote that I can't remember. Oh, hold up. XP. Take some of that experience. So nice not being super low on chest space anymore. At some point, I'll be able to combine all these, but we still have to use up the iron swords first. Anyways, that's problem for future me. Problem for present me is head home. You're indeed the only one right now, it would appear. That's what happens when you have a stream time later than usual. At least the calendar's updated, so I'm free of liability, because I updated the calendar before I started streaming. So therefore, you can only tell people to look at the calendar so many times. I'm still not sure what'll be going on for me, but I'm pretty sure it's at least updated for the rest of April. Let me just take care of something real fast. Alright, all good. Beep beep. Come on, what is with the boat? Why does the boat feel like it's less likely to be here now? I don't know why that is.
Oh well. Do 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 do. Three, two, one, and hazoink. Nope, it's nighttime. As the moon rises, we'll catch some Z's here. Alright, I think now we're set. Howdy Hunter, my day's going average, it feels. Let me hadunk. We're getting close. Another couple stacks, and then it'll be time to pop up another one. Alright, well thanks for dropping on by. Until next time. So let me see, how much stone do I currently have? Because we're going to take all of this, then we're going to start making stone bricks. Oh wait, hold on. I can just use the crafting grid. In fact, hold on. I don't do this all too often, but I think this is going to be one of those times I want to take advantage of it. I just need to find, here it is. Oh wait, hold on, I need to press that button. So if I just do this, I know we're going to need a lot. So hold on, let me just take care of this. There we go, that was a good start. I'll probably leave behind the last 46. Because that's not going to add up nice and cleanly. These are 27, 4. I'll leave the behind these two as well. People have been making try not to laugh videos for years. We're talking 10 plus, maybe more like 13 plus. If you could find a try not to laugh video older than 15 though, I'll be kind of amazed because 2010, I don't associate try not to laugh with YouTube in 2010. And I realize I'm not going in the direction I needed to. Ended up being way off to the right. Come on, beacon, activate. There you go. Thank you for your goods. Oops. Read an ocean. Yeah, where are the dolphins at? I want their speed boost. Howdy, welcome back. I remember you talking before about craftsman building adventure. Alright, let's think. Oh yeah, I was kind of thinking a little bit about how I wanted to do the roof, and I realized I didn't want to cover the very corners. I kind of have within my brain. Buddy, are you still here? I still have it, I should say I have the image in my brain where the official edge part here stops one block short of the ledge, which puts it only up through here. Can I go down that? Yes, I can. That's good enough. I'll get rid of that cobblestone, but I'll do it later. So, in fact, why don't I just start here then? And the reason for this is because I want to have some sort of other design of sorts right at the very edge here. And so we're going to leave this block gap, and then we're going to have another wall right here, maybe 2 blocks. If you feel like sharing it with your experience, feel free to do so. I don't yet know how I'll have lighting in the ceiling, but I'll probably figure that out once I figure out where I want to put the skylights and stuff. Because my current plan for the skylights is probably a big 4x4 circle in the middle of all of these. I know generally skylights and like Costco and whatnot tend to be rectangular, but that's because the building is built rectangular. I position to be this based on squares. and so the area within each of the pillars are all squares, which means I feel it would look weird if I had rectangle skylights. Anyways, square skylights, that's what we're dealing with. So I want to at least get the outer edge for this taken care of first. And then what I'm thinking of doing is expanding on all of the support pillars here. And then we'll go from there. I just have this image in my mind of starting outward and working my way in. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'm capable of having the lights in the floor be positioned at the very corners of the skylights. So if I have the skylights up top, and then if I had lights down below as well, that might work. Howdy to you, welcome back. Unfortunately, I can't only have ceiling lights, but I'll need to make sure that the top side... Oh, hold on, I was supposed to make this all into slabs. Hold up. This was supposed to be stone brick slabs. Okay, the question is, do I still want to do that? Because if I make everything slabs, then I won't have to deal with... I should. If I make everything slabs, I'm not going to have to deal with anything spawning. Of course, I figured that out halfway going around. Could be worse. Could be worse. Oh yeah, just kidding. I need all this stone brick back. The reason why I wanted stone brick slabs is that way I don't have to deal with lighting up here, since nothing can spawn. That is indeed quite an experience. I feel like everyone who's played Minecraft has lost stuff in some capacity. I'm only gonna go to the corner and then go down and pick up all the stone brick before I start all over with that side. I need a crafting table. I should go talk to Steve, he has one. Which reminds me, I need to make a meme based on that. For one such person I know who calls it a crafting bench and makes me mad. Doesn't mean to make me mad, but just hearing crafting bench bugs me because say workbench if you played beta, say crafting table if you play anything else. I don't know when the name changed, but for some reason people just put crafting table and workbench together and it doesn't sound right. Pretty sure once I started playing it was already a crafting table though. I almost feel like that would have been a change at 1.0 maybe. Did I jump over that? Hold on. Third person activate. Beforehand, with items, you had to be essentially on the layer to pick it up, but now that's not the case anymore. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, back to work. Thankfully, I didn't get very far. Oh no, I forgot one. Peekaboo, I see you. I was gonna say, thankfully I didn't get very far, because if I was halfway done with the roof and I realized I was supposed to do everything out of slabs, that would have been a terrible time. Yeah, I need a ladder. Maybe it's... No, I still want to do the fire escape idea, but we'll see if I come up with something faster for the temporary solution, since that staircase is quickly becoming not fun. And boop. I like a lot of sandwiches. Tuna, ham and cheese, turkey, beef, pastrami, Subway sandwiches. I should say submarine sandwiches from either Subway or who's their competitor? Jersey Mike's. I don't have Jersey Mike's all too often. There's another one. I don't know what it is. There's another big company. I feel like I've heard their commercials for. I like grilled cheeses as well, but I think to myself, I feel like I like regular cold sandwiches more. This experience quickly turned into a lengthy story, and I wasn't expecting so many details. Okay, we're gonna be smart and make sure that there's nothing else up here like this guy. Almost left him behind. But now that the Zella Moon rises, we're gonna catch some Z's, prevent any bad guys from spawning, and then I'll go try to find a crafting table. Or I could import one, assuming I'd want to leave it here. I don't know if I want to go all the way back to Warehouse 2 Electric Boogaloo. I'll take that, thank you. No mushrooms for me. I remember talking before about how I am not a mushroom person. You can keep those away from me. Much appreciated. I also would prefer something not so spicy. I like sriracha mayo. I have that on chicken nuggets. And I don't know what other usage I have for it. Alright, I feel like this is gonna be the closest crafting table I have. At some point, I might make more use with the 12A mansion. Oh, I left the minecarts. Wait, hold on. Why do I have the side entrance? Oh well, not important. Let's see. Do you remember where the crafting table is? I think it's this one. No, this one. Okay, I don't know which one was it. Oh, it's this one. Alright, well thankfully, I'll remember to give it back. Hopefully. The orange guy. Based on one such popular person who is orange, or because he likes oranges. Oh my gosh, that wall is getting very close to being the size of the outer terrain there. I thought the big entrances and whatnot were gonna feel large, but then I look at the amount of wall there is. I want to add pillars of sorts for decoration. I haven't gotten that far yet. Big old vertical pillars. That's part of the reason why we have so much floor space. In the event I want to make them 2 blocks popping out instead of just one. Anyways, we needed the crafting table because I can't make slabs in my crafting grid. I'm not at all surprised that the amount of poisonous shrooms are 90%. I guess that's one of the reasons why I don't need them. You can never be too safe. So with all this taken care of, now we could start building, and I won't have to worry about bad guys spawning. I'll still add some sort of decoration, I'll just need to make sure that whatever decoration I have up here is either half a block, I should say anything that's not a full block, or if it's well lit. 90% of mushrooms are poisonous, but the odds are 1 in 10. That means 10%. But if it's over 90%, those are the two opposite sides. I wonder though, how many people had to try poisonous mushrooms before we learned they were poisonous? Ever wonder about that? How many things these days do we know are not safe to eat? Because there were people who tried them before. I wonder if I overdid it on slabs too much. Oh, you know what? Can anything spawn on glass? Is that going to be a problem? I wonder if I'm going to have to light up the glass somehow. Howdy, Koski. It is indeed a later stream today. Not glass? What do you mean not glass? I need, as in they can't spawn on glass or don't use glass, because I need skylights here. Glass makes most sense. Glass is a solid block though, is it not? Okay, cannot spawn on glass. There was something. Mobs were spawning on some block I was working with. Oh, question. Why can they spawn on packed ice? There we go. Is not packed ice and glass the same properties? I should say have the same properties. You can put torches on glass. Most torches, I thought only go on solid blocks. Oop, I'm out of slabs already. I should keep the crafting table on me. I'm gonna be making these frequently. I don't know either. We're gonna find out though, because we're gonna use glass blocks, because I don't want to use glass panes. That would look weird for a skylight. We're gonna have to find out, but that'll be after I get this all going. What if I did this? Maximize inventory space. If I had a totem of undying in my offhand, I wouldn't get the opportunity to use this. I remember discussing with whoever on one of the recent streams about why I like keeping my offhand free. +1 inventory slot. I've also said plenty of times before, I've wanted to try out the mod, the infinite inventory mod, although in reality it only goes up to 2.147 billion slots. But I've wanted to try a challenge on there where I would keep everything I ever collected in my inventory. Every time you pick up another item, it would add another row of slots after you pass 9. I should say every 9 slots you pick up something new. But yeah, I've wanted to do that challenge and see what it would be like carrying around everything with me. I would not use any sort of storage system other than stuff like furnaces because I don't have a way to cook anything. But one of these days I might get around to that. I do remember you talking about ordering SpongeBob DVD yesterday. Or a helicopter. Maybe they're looking for someone. Alrighty, we're almost there, but I'm wondering just how far I'll get to go on here. I feel like I'm going to run out of slabs rather quickly, but that's okay because I still have the 3 or 4 additional shulker boxes. And I probably should have checked how many stone brick slabs I had, but with the amount of stone brick slabs I'm going to need for this, I feel it would be wise to just wait. Oops. Do you ever sit down and watch stuff these days? As in actually observe the screen for its duration? I've hit the point for the past several years where I think to myself, well, I'm going to be staring at a screen for hours on end. I'd rather interact with it. There are very few times I would sit down and watch something that's not if I'm already like eating. Because if I'm eating, I don't plan on playing games because I want to focus on the food, the nice, delicious In-N-Out burger in my hand. Not going on your phone while watching stuff. Yeah, I couldn't do that anymore for the reason of it feels like my time is not being spent doing something productive. Do I have the bed? Good job, me with the pass, because we're about to use it. Every once in a while, I watch a movie. Like this past weekend, I saw a Minecraft movie. I was able to sit down and watch all the way that through. But now that I've seen it one time, it would be harder for me to not think about other stuff when I go to see it again. And awakeness, Kurt J. Mack used to say. Still need to hop on one of his streams again. Based on how things are looking out, I'm likely to see it 3 times in theaters. And then when May comes around, I'll be hopefully getting the Steelbook edition, Steelbook release. I'll rewatch for any other sort of references I feel like I didn't catch the first time around. One thing I was told, or heard, I wasn't told directly, one thing I heard was that there were a lot more YouTubers involved than I had realized. I'm not at all surprised. But yeah, I guess because I don't keep up with YouTubers much, I would not have caught their cameos. There's one though, there's one in particular, non-YouTuber, that I was surprised to see. But understandable. I'm already getting low on slabs, I feel it coming. Oop. I'll probably set up... No, I'll just leave the crafting table there. I'll set up the shulker boxes, I should say, next time around in preparation for when I have to make more stone brick slabs. I don't think I'm going to finish all these cross beams. If I really wanted, I could just leave it here and have these massive skylights in the roof. But that's not going to be very beneficial. Point of diminishing return, I suppose, because at that point, you're relying so much on skylight. Also, in relation to the Minecraft movie, since I was realizing it, I still have yet been to a McDonald's and acquired any of the Minecraft themed goods they're delivering. I think the mail will get here. I don't know if people are still packing McDonald's trying to get their hands on all this stuff, but I know it was like that when it first launched. I can't remember when the thingy runs until, I want to say early May. I think we still have a couple more weeks. We'll see if I go. I don't know, I'm not all big on Bedrock, acquiring Bedrock exclusives. I will say though, one thing I wish I acquired when I had the chance, but I didn't. I do wish I picked up the Cherry Blossom Cape on Bedrock. I only got it on Java because I didn't join the Bedrock event. I only only did the mob vote through the launcher. And so, sad times, sad times. And I also missed out on my opportunity of going to the Minecraft experience while I was still here in the US. However, it's not the end of the world because thankfully someone I know was willing to gift me the experience cape. And so it turned out fine. Does anyone know if it's the same cape that's being delivered? Oh, wait, hold on. I don't need. Oh, yes, just kidding. Does anyone know if it's the same cape being delivered for the experience going on over in London? I've acquired every public cape since the Minecon 2016 one. And I say public because I know there's stuff like translator capes and, of course, the Mojang capes. Something else I'm probably not remembering, but none of those are considered fully public. And so, as expected, they had a limited run. But every publicly available cape since the Minecon 2016 available on Java. Golden Creeper cape, the Founder's cape on Bedrock. Is it a different Microsoft account utilizing it? Because that one was only on Java, or sorry, only on Bedrock. I remember that was one of the first capes, along with the I think it was the Pan cape. Both of those were there. I wonder, because of how frequently the capes are coming out now. I wonder when the next one is going to be. I was expecting the two for the movie, and then surprise ended up being a third one. I'm not at all surprised though. It really just disappeared from your account one day. Interesting. There's someone cooking because that was the microwave going off. Y'all probably didn't hear it. Two down, another 7 to go. Surprisingly, this is not taking as much stone brick as I thought it would. I know this is going to require a lot, but once I get all these grid lines in place, I'm only going to fill in all the way around by 2 blocks for here, and I'll see what that's like, because if this is only 10 blocks between -4, that would give me 6 by 6 for the skylight. I feel like that's going to be enough space. I might go down to 4 by 4, but I think having skylights that small will feel a little sad. So we'll see. So it just disappeared from being available, but it was still equipped. That's rather odd, I say. Something done goofed with the account stuff. Not worth it, try contacting support. There's one of the capes on there every once in a while. I don't know which one. Every once in a while, one of the cape names doesn't show up properly. It just displays the technical string on there, and not the actual name. I can't remember which one. So who knows? Maybe there's just something with the system that's not finely tuned. There was also some tuber who made a post on Twitter saying, if you have more than 6 capes on Bedrock, can you share a screenshot? Turns out every single person has a different cape order on there, and I have no idea why that is. because it seems so odd to me. It's not alphabetical. It's not based on order of acquisition. It's kind of random, and I don't know why. It makes me think that their cape system for Bedrock is all over the place. But yeah, I didn't realize that everyone had a different order until I was scrolling through all the screenshots on there. So who knows? Maybe the system is just as bugged as Bugrock is itself. Runs in the family, I suppose. Oh, sun's going down already. Had a feeling. When you've been seeing the same light level for years, that you notice a small difference. I don't know if it's just me though, if it really is starting to get darker. Now I'm definitely seeing the darkness. There we go. Sometimes I wonder what Minecraft would be like if it only ever had two light levels. Way back in Classic. I will say though, seeing as InDev brought about multi-leveled lighting rather quickly, I feel like Minecraft would not have had only two light levels forever. Oh wait, hold on, I had the bed on me. Can I plop it on? Oh, I can, that's nice. Except it's not nighttime yet. Well, since I've already made it back here, let me do this real fast. Let's do some crafting. Alright, now I can catch some Z's. There we go. This is how the moon rises, even though we can't see because it's rather small. Alright, back to work, says the foreman. I already have 2 rows left. This is definitely going by rather quickly. Maybe I was just amazed at how much stone was required for the walls. And so, even though I'm still needing a massive amount of stone for all the stone brick, I'm realizing that I may not need nearly as much for the ceiling than what I was anticipating. Come on, hiccups, leave me alone. I see you down there, slime. Unless I've been super lucky, I want to say we only have one slime chunk in all of this. I don't know if there are multiple, but I've only ever seen them spawn. I think it's this one. I'm pretty sure this is the slime chunk here. I'd have to quarantine it to verify, but I want to say that's the one where I've only seen the slimes pop out of. And thankfully, I won't have to deal with slime spawning up here, even if these are full blocks, or if they were full blocks, and that's because slimes only spawn up to 40. We're at 56 and a half. Alright, I think... Okay, yeah, we'll start way off in this corner. So, if I have the 2 initial, we're gonna have another set of 2 going all the way around. So then this will give me a 6x6 area. Whoops. Can I steal both of you? Cool. So this will give me a 6x6 area initially. We're gonna leave it as this for now, because if I start closing these off even more, what'll end up happening is it's gonna start creating a lot of darkness down below, and I don't want to deal with that just yet. 45 minutes. It took us 45 minutes, and we still have a long ways to go. You know what I'm thinking? How about I just leave all the mistakes and then fix them later? Or how about when I fix each square? Maybe that'll be more opportune. Alright, back to work. For as much as I like stone brick, and for as much as it's great when utilized with cobblestone and stone, I don't utilize it all too often. Part of that is the mindset of I'm not used to playing with it. I'm not used to it being within the game. So I'm trying. Fixing that later probably will be better if I just go back with the pickaxe at the very end and leave every done goof. Alright, we'll see. I can already see the darkness, but thankfully it doesn't get any darker than, I think, level 12. If skylight is 15, 14, 13, 12. 11 p.m. Alright, have fun catching your Z's. Thanks for dropping on by. I wonder if these are 15, even -1 for 14. You're gonna stay until you pass out. You should keep the stream going. I could totally use your watch time. I don't know what that watch time is gonna be used for, but I don't know, it could be useful. Maybe at some point in the future, watch time will be beneficial to me. Once I passed, how many hours was it? I want to say it was like 4,000 watch hours in the past 12 months. Once I hit that milestone or achievement or whatever, I kind of stopped checking whatever I was at on my page because, well, I am technically at the requirements for applying for monetization. I'm just currently confident that I will get rejected, so therefore I have not even applied yet. The urge to clean those up. Yeah, I can't just let these sit here. I can't pick them up at the end. My brain says, no, 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 go back to work. I was planning on doing column, 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 but maybe I'll do column, row, column, row. 60 hours of watch time in the past 90 days. How many videos do you currently have? Oh wait, there's 5 squares. Yeah, for some reason I was thinking there was only 4. I guess there's 4 columns of support beams. This would probably look very weird if I didn't have the support pillars in place. 50 videos, 60 hours, 90 days. That's alright. I don't know how much watch time shorts add, because I think to myself, they're only about a minute long or less, right? Because if that's the case, I feel like you're gonna need a lot of people, or someone who just really, really likes it, in order for it to add up. But I want to say at some point they started counting watch time for shorts separately from regular watch time. And so the criteria for shorts watch time is different than overall watch time. I don't know, because I haven't looked at the monetization page in months. Whoop. And I was thinking about it, and I realized, has it already been a year since I passed 1,000 subbers? Because I remember making the 1,000 subscriber thank you video right around the same time I was working on all the other April Fool's videos for last year. Time has gone zoom. I don't know what's expected for the views to watch time ratio to be. I'm pretty sure it varies by channel because if you make shorter videos, your views are going to be noticeably higher than watch time. Whereas if you make longer videos, assuming people will stick around to watch, then there's going to be more watch time than views, or whatever the percentage is going to be. Do you know what your average retention is for a video? Well, mine is really low. Across the board, really, really low. Polyworld video was alright. It was much higher when it first published, and then time passed and it went down. Probably because all the people who wanted to watch the video watched it, and so the people who weren't as interested in the video started watching it, and then they left. Made an audiobook. Is the audiobook a story you wrote? Or were you narrating someone else's story? I want an audiobook for Innocence, but I don't want to be the one to narrate it. I want to make it an audio drama. Hire people to voice the different characters. Oops. It's a physics theory as an audiobook. Is it like a scientific paper and you narrated it? Okay, I was gonna do that last one, but I'm getting low on time. Let's catch some Z's now. An awakeness. Since Coach J Mac doesn't say anymore, how about I start saying it? We'll see if I remember. Okay, so when you say it's an audiobook you made, you didn't. Here, hold on. Better question. Did you write the thesis? Did you write the paper itself? I would like that answer before I start sharing whatever knowledge I have next. Oh, I ran out. Oops. Gemini. Can't remember which AI Gemini belongs to since every major company has one. Anyways, the point I was going to make, well, depending on your answer, was when you say when you say you made an audiobook, if you didn't write the paper much, you had an AI voice it, reading it for you. there's not a lot of you involved in this process. Was going to be the whole point I was going to end up making. And that's already back down to 3, so we're going to ignore that for now. As if I could hazoink one more. 3, 4, 5. How about I do this? Alright, back to work we go. I see that slime down there, but I don't know if he bounced his way from over there, if there is another slime chunk right around there. Because I haven't really figured it out. I spent a lot of time on this side, so it makes sense I see more slime spawning over there where I'm not at. Google Gemini, I see. Wow, it's definitely feeling more like a Costco now that the ceiling's gotten in place. Yeah, I think I will need to do one more layer. On-screen text highlighting and auto-syncing. I've yet to utilize a program to do that. I've thought about getting transcripts for all my videos. I never got around to it. Alright, cool. So now, with all the easy stuff taken care of, here comes the more difficult part, because I have to go all the way around for each of these. Yep, that's done. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a particular tool utilized in syncing up text with other AI tools that help create the audio in the first place. Feel like auto-generated, I should say, I feel like text-to-speech is going to be easier to transcribe than trying to transcribe a human voice. Text-to-speech has to be generated through algorithms to begin with. If you know the algorithms, that'd be easy to apply the same emphasis on the text. I don't know if I described that right, but it makes sense in my head. That's the one. Is that important? Gonna find out after I plop this down. Probably not, though. I feel like top of the hour, it's gonna be some new video. All right, this one's done right. Yep. All right, next. Microsoft Text-to-Speech Rosa. There was one I utilized. I can't remember. Did you ever watch my... Hold on. A totally normal Pocket Edition video? There's a short video I released sometime last year, I think September maybe. And it was playing Pocket Edition 0.8, and the textures were not functioning correctly. And I did I used the text-to-speech. I used a free online text-to-speech service on there. Can't remember what it is. I have the website listed with the project files. Yeah, that one was rather interesting. The most generic AI male voice of all time. The text, though, I thought about using a tool for on-screen text. I decided, how about I just do it myself? And so I did. Since I never found, or I should say, I never spent the time looking into a program that would add the on-screen text for me. So I figured, I'll just do it myself as a short video. If it was something like 10 or 15 minutes long, I probably would have been less likely to do it, but I want to say the video itself is only 2 to 3 minutes. I tried keeping it as short as possible because I was hoping to submit it to one of the Phoenix SC videos. I never got around to doing it. One of these days I might. Or I could try again. We'll see. When you say you don't, you mean you've done? Because I feel like that's supposed to be an E, not a T. But anyways, those types of videos I would not do. I've mentioned before, I should say I've talked with people before about how some folks would find it convenient if I had cut down versions of the streams, and that way have them like much shorter, and so only the best moments per stream. But it really comes down to, I don't want to do that. I don't want to take the time going through all these hours of footage. 2 hours per stream on average. This would not be worth it to me. I'd have no problem with someone else doing it for all my videos, for all these streams. But like, I'm not entertaining enough. I've said before, I'm not an entertainment YouTuber. I feel like the closest thing to describe my content is, what was it, like edutainment or something like that? Where I feel like the more educational and not just entertaining. Oh well. Oh, I double clicked. Uh-oh. I'm okay, says Captain Man. I don't feel like dealing with the slime, so we're gonna take a mad dash out of here. Sun's going down, we'll need to sleep. So it looks like I have 3 out of the 5 columns done. Mostly, because those are definitely rather large. So we're gonna add another layer all the way around, but that'll be after I get the majority of this done. I have the time. I for sure have the time to edit these videos. But I don't want to spend the time. Oh, it's not nighttime yet, of course not. The moon is not yet risen. But yeah, while I'm here, let me do this real fast. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could do this. Alright, now we can catch some Z's. Back to work we go. Let's see, where was I? I made my mistake somewhere around this edge, because it was right after I turned the corner. Alright, there we go. Alright, back to work. I'm a Windows guy. I've shown my desktop plenty of times before. I don't think I'll ever switch to Linux because of how much I rely on Windows-based games and software and whatnot. I've considered dual boot in the past, but it came down to the amount of storage space I require. I'd rather dedicate it all to one thing. Converting Bedrock worlds to Java isn't possible. When did you last check? I can assure you, converting Bedrock worlds to Java is possible. And I'm well aware Windows 10 support is ending soon. Makes me a little sad because I've been using Windows 10 for almost 10 years. It was the summer of 2015, I made the switch from 7 to 10. The main thing stopping me from going to 11 is hardware. Oh, because it's possible. Oh, isn't possible. You put a it between there. Isn't it possible to convert? The answer is mostly yes. The reason why I say mostly yes, you can have a Polyworld with every version and every platform. 3DS is not there yet. We're getting close, but we cannot yet fully convert a 3DS world over to Java, and then from Java to Bedrock and whatnot. Legacy console is in the clear. I'm pretty sure that includes the Switch version as well. Bedrock and Java are in the clear. Pocket Edition is in the clear. We're close. One day it will indeed happen. Soon. I say soon, but it's been soon for like 6 months. So don't expect soon to be soon. Yeah, the 3DS converter is still being worked on. Have you looked into the Lodestone project or Project Lodestone, whatever the official name is? That is currently the centralized location for world converters like this. And so that's one of the reasons why there's a big push at the end of last year to get the 3DS converter working better, because folks are trying to get Project Lodestone going some more. I don't know what the total progress is. I'm sure more has been made since I last looked sometime last year. So I don't know, but that's they're working on getting a converter for every possible Minecraft platform. And so we're getting there. Can't wait to type in chat I was here when it happens. When what happens? One of the things in regards to the 3DS, and the reason why I know its current state, is because I wanted to convert my 3DS world, the short series I had on here, the 10 plus 2 episodes. And so I want to get that world converted and available for my people, my viewers, since that world's done. Oh, when 3DS World can get converted to Java. I want to say that's the one that requires the most amount of work. Blocks are mostly able to be converted, but it does not work fully, I believe. And stuff like chest data is not there yet either. Yeah, it's close in regards to you can at least test out the current progress. Yeah, otherwise, all the other platforms are currently available. I want to say that includes PS4 and Xbox One, since I think that's just an extension or a very, very similar to their PS3 and Xbox 360 world equivalents. PS4 might be a little different though, because it had the 1.14 update, whereas the 360 and PS3 only had 1.13. And the poor little Xbox One only went up to 1.12 because Microsoft. And then after that, you have the Bedrock format, which I'm pretty sure is supposed to be identical across the platforms. And then there's also the Windows 10 format, which was identical to Pocket Edition at the time of its release. And then that became Bedrock. And then Switch, I'm not all too sure about Switch, but it very well could be another close enough to Legacy console. Since it is, I should say the old Switch version, not the Bedrock version of Switch. The Legacy Switch version, even though the worlds on there were able to go up to medium size. What we're well, I say we as if I'm involved in the process. Not really. I don't know I don't know Minecraft on this technical level. However, there was a lot of data for the 3DS saves that we couldn't figure out what it was used for, since there's two different storage formats utilized. One for chunk storage, where all the blocks, that one's nearly done, and then another one for data type, data saves. But anyways, the most of the difficult parts figured out. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how much longer until stuff like chest data is able to be converted over reliably. Because what took the longest time was just reading the 3DS data. Couldn't figure out what most of it meant. Turns out there's also a large section of just random data thrown in the world. I don't know if it was like that ever since 0.1, but under certain circumstances, there would just be a part of the world that had a bunch of unnecessary data that didn't rely on anything. And howdy, Ian, welcome back. I'm not sure what modernization you're referring to. Are we really almost done with the slabs? I don't know. If you have any input you can share, feel free to join the Minecraft 3DS Discord. There's a world converting thingy on there, world converting channel. But I think now we're all done with the hardest part. I just have to go around one more time. I don't know what sort of correlation there is other than the block IDs for 3DS are totally different than what Pocket Edition used. Because, you know, the people who worked on the 3DS edition decided to have a completely brand new storage system that was similar to Pocket Edition, but not similar enough to be useful. Stuff like concepts carried over, but not physical data usage. Have fun enjoying your tea. I cannot relate, I don't like tea. Sun's going down. Nighttime is here, it all starts again. I do not yet see a lot of mobs spawning in. Not dark enough yet. Soon, perhaps. Just looking at this from up above, I think I will be satisfied with how it's currently doing. I think I only need skylights to be 4x4 blocks. I feel like 2x2 might be a little too small. And I cannot do 3x3 because this is all even numbers. It has to line up. I would do 3x3 though if I had 9 or 11 blocks between each of the pillars. But I decided to go even numbers on this build. Personally, I like building with odd because for the very thing I'm talking about, I like when I have a 1 block center line. But everything on here is built with even numbers, which means everything has to be done in even, and so I have to deal with 2 block center line. But when you have a 2 block center line, the center ends up being rather wide. I have a question. Why would you know about your town's local bingo hall door within their kitchen and within the woman's restroom? Only a woman would work in the kitchen. I feel like that is understandable, and they figured we'll just include a door here, make it optimal. There we go. There's one done. Pretty soon here, though, we're gonna have to run all the way back and pick up more stone brick. I see a slime. Yeah, I don't know if I'll quarantine that area, but if I were able to position the shelves and whatnot down there in such a way, I feel like that would be beneficial to better identify where exactly the chunk is that slimes keep spawning in. Because I have for sure that area, but I don't yet know if I have another one over there. I'll also need to verify whether or not that slimes will hop on in through the front doors. It'd be cool if I can design I guess 2 piston extenders, but I don't yet know how to make a 4x4 door. It can open in any such way that works the best, but I need to fill up the 4x4 area. And so, seeing as I struggled before on something basic like my redstone combination lock, I don't think I'd be able to figure out the piston door. Thankfully, I don't think redstone has changed much since 1.5, so for the most part, anything from maybe 1.9 or later should function. But if it's too recent, then it might utilize blocks that I don't currently have access to. It's been an hour and 18. It feels like it's been longer than that. There's 1 and 2. Alright, back to work. As someone who does not look into nature and hasn't looked into nature since school required me to do so, I'm gonna take your word for it. Hello, howdy to you as well. Welcome to the stream. Almost plopped down a second stone brick slab. No, thank you. I would say we're almost done here, but truth be told, once we get to the corner, we're only about halfway. This is all survival. It's just a bunch of stone brick. You should have seen how much stone I had to go mining within last week. Or even yesterday, I did a bunch of stone mining yesterday. It's all just for my Silk Touch pickaxe. It has mending on it, so whenever it gets low on durability, I just head back to the Enderman farm and fix it up. Yeah, all this stone was mined legitimately. I do play Minecraft a lot. Hands down favorite game for the past 10 plus years. I don't know when I decided it was my favorite game, because I've been playing for almost 13 years now. Yeah, 2 hours a day can indeed do a lot. That's one of the reasons why I like 2 hour streams. It's not super long, where I'm tired at the end of every day, but it also isn't short to the point where it doesn't feel like I can get a lot done. Main game? Absolutely, I've spent the most amount of time on it. In fact, I was just saying at the beginning of the stream, I think back when I was a wee lad, the summer of 2013, playing 14 hours a day because I didn't have school, and so I would hop on a server from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. on average. I don't play that much these days, but I've certainly played quite a bit. And this is probably my most played survival world at this point. I've done a lot of survival worlds, but in terms of actual playtime on one particular world, this is probably the most. A lot of people, I should say, several viewers on here hop on saying how they find it difficult staying committed to one Minecraft world because they run out of ideas as well. My solution has always been to enjoy Minecraft. You have to tell your own stories. Of course, you're totally free to take inspiration from plenty of other people. Was 2013 when you started playing? Was that your original save files? Unfortunately, I lost everything from when I started playing in May 2012 up until, I think, April 2013. Man, has it really been 12 years since I lost all my oldest content? That still makes me sad, but it's probably gone by now, unless by some magic there's some section on the hard drive, the physical drive itself, for the laptop I used to play on that somehow held onto the data after all this time. Here's the thing though, there's a part of that hard drive that has failed, and I have this looming suspicion that I lost my Minecraft data in that particular section. I can't guarantee that. I'll never know for sure, but I feel like I might still have my 2012 Minecraft stuff on there in that tiny section. I don't know how large of a section. I haven't really scanned the drive. And I feel like this is going to be, you have to physically take the disk out sort of thing. And so that sounds expensive. First account and the launcher with Bandicam. Oh boy. That just sounds old to me. I was one of those people who used who paid for fraps because that's what all the big YouTubers were using, back then. Although I will say I did join the game kind of late when I started making videos in 2015. Fraps was last updated 2012 or 2013. And so, sure, I paid, was it $60, I think? I don't have any regrets. The only problem is, it didn't like Windows 10. It worked fine on Windows 7. Windows 10 just was not a fan of it. And so, as time passed, I was like, I need a replacement. I used XSplit broadcasting for a little bit for recording, and I think I even did a couple streams on there. My first Minecraft Legacy stream and also my first Spore stream, I believe, were through XSplit. And then 2018, I believe, maybe late 2017. Yeah, somewhere around 2018, I switched to OBS and I've been using it ever since. Howdy Potato, welcome back. Are you making sure that everything you've been writing lately is well saved? Well, I guess if it's on Google Docs, then you don't have to worry too much unless something happens to your Google account. As long as it's a personal Google account, don't panic unless you use it for stuff you shouldn't be and Google says, hey, your account's been terminated, which would be a very sad day. And I just realized, are we done? Was that the last layer I had to do? You should totally go back and find your old story. Even if it's written terribly, you can always go back and use it for something. Okay, I'm not done yet. I have one more. I have one more row. Sorry, one more column. Columns are vertical. Oops. I downloaded downloaded to Word. Probably good enough for the time being. One of these days, it would be cool to download my entire Google Drive. But you see, I have about 1.9 terabytes of Google Drive being used. I cannot physically store that locally right now. I would need another hard drive. I just got one. I was gifted a 4 terabyte hard drive recently, and so that's been nice. That has been very nice because it allowed me to back up my entire Twitch channel. I downloaded all my Twitch videos since they are going to start enforcing a 100-hour limit on stuff like highlights. And that makes me really sad because I was at almost 250 hours. And so I had to lose 150 hours worth of Twitch videos. And so I got rid of my Minecraft Across the 360 series. I downloaded every video first, but yeah, I removed my Across the 360 series from Twitch. Other than the grand finale, that one was able to stay. Oh well. I have not yet read the original It. I don't think I've read any of Stephen King's books, but yeah, I've heard that even that one was wild. I'm kind of not all too surprised. I'm pretty sure he does some wild stuff. Cut to a description of them mid-seizure. That's quite a scene. Alright, now we're all done. So we're gonna head down below and take a quick peek, see how I'm feeling about the ceiling. Because this is where I would plop down all the glass and make sure that I have proper skylights. So let's see, how are we looking? It really does feel like a Costco in here. Kind of dark, I will say. Hold on, what's the darkest point? So if this is 15. This is light level of 8. See, I don't need smooth lighting. I could just count the light levels. I say as someone who's anti-smooth lighting. There we go. Can I jump off the building and test how much fall damage you take? I unintentionally did that earlier. It's about 1.5 hearts of damage. Let's see, if we're up here at 56.5 blocks, with feather falling 4 down to level 34, it's 1.5 hearts. Yeah, I fell off earlier because I made a mistake with the stone brick and then I mined the block I was on. Oops. I want to say you would survive this with half a heart, though. Why would I try without armor, though? Pretty sure if it's, 22 blocks, you're gonna have half a heart left. So yeah, looks like we're getting close to running out of stone, but that's okay. I'll deal with that later. So we're gonna come back here with glass, and how about I do the math real fast for how much glass I'm gonna need? So we have 16 times 5 times 10, I think. Thank you for the locking the cursor. I've been using it for years now. So we're looking at 50 times 16. Oops. About 800. I'll need about 800 glass. Alright, I could do that. I'm pretty sure I have plenty of glass. Let's go back and get some. I'm currently in 1.14.3 pre-release 3. The first 1.14 version that brought back the ability to combine tools in the crafting grid. I miss that so much, even though I only had to deal with it for about a week. You say we're almost to the bees, but I want to say I still have several more pre-releases. Not to mention we're gonna have a one snapshot before 1.15 pre-release 1. Alright, I'm about to get hungry. I'm watching the armor go down. I don't remember how many more pre-releases I'll get through, but I still have at least one more for 14.3, and then 14.4 has another 3 or 4, I thought. Oh, never mind about the glass. Turns out I didn't have as much as I thought I did. Okay, let's not panic yet. How am I doing on? I have all the colored glass, but that's not what I need. So what we're going to do is probably start cooking this up. I think we'll do 8 stacks, and then what I'll do is just toss it into the furnace here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, we let that go there. Alright, so it would be nice if these chunks stay loaded, but I don't know if they will. I'd probably put away the rest of these stone bricks since I don't think I'll be using them for now. I just need to know where I left them. It will always be impossible to avoid using tropes in any story. You will find many, many more that you will be made aware of if you were to actually go through TV tropes and see everything listed on there. And where do I keep my stone brick? If this is a if this is a beta 1.8 item, it should be back in here. There's a scribbled out 19 because that person was so used to writing 1900 and whatever for the year. Oh wait, here are my stone bricks. Somehow I had more than I thought I did. Well, I have so much mossy and cracked and too detailed. Oh, it turns out I even had a bunch of slabs. That's not a bunch compared to how much I needed. Cinematic weather. Because it is a trope, I very intentionally want to use cinematic weather in one of the upcoming Innocent sequels. Probably book 3, I don't think book 2, because I want to intentionally use it. Otherwise, any sort of big showdowns, other than I'm just going to leave it like that. Are you going to live long enough to see the year 2100? There's a possibility for me, but I don't know how much writing I'll be doing by then. Think about it like this, though. As more time passes, the more likely people are who are going to live to see 2100. Think about it that way. Hitchhiker's Guide plot. Have you read the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series? Is it already turning dark? I see lights. If I see a light, then that means there's darkness. Yeah, someone being born today needs to live till 75. That is reasonable. Your life expectancy may be 75, but I'm pretty sure you were not born today. It's getting dark in here. Getting a little concerning. Not as fun compared to when it's all nice and bright daytime. There is a website you can use. I want to say it's something like deathclock.com. And what it has on there is it gives you, it will give you a time until your death based on your health, your birthday, your health stuff, and whatnot. And so it's rather interesting watching that and think you have this much longer to live. Of course, you know, it's just based on an algorithm and whatnot. And the probability of you living until all that. So, point being, it is still rather interesting seeing some timer tick down until you're expected to die. I want to say I first saw that on a Vsauce video, and every once in a while I revisit it. '94 to '95. Why do you not expect to live past 50? I don't currently know what my current estimated lifespan is, since other than using Death Clock, I haven't looked into it. Alright, what are we doing? So those are empty, took all the stone out, have the glass cooking. Maybe I'll grab whatever glass is currently in there, and then head back. Alright, so this stone I could put away. These two are full. We're done with that. These two are empty. This crafting table has to go back to the whatchamacalled. I'm probably not going to be using any more slabs, so I think it should be safe to deliver the crafting table again. But this needs to go back to my 12A mansion. That's where I stole it from. When you say a baby who learns anger instead of love, are you saying the baby would learn anger from such an AI, or is there something else I'm missing? Because otherwise, I'm not sure if that's just a unrelated analogy. Because what sort of butterfly effect are you referring to other than people, as time passes, AI becomes more advanced, people become more reliant on the use of AI? I see that being more so a snowball effect. Oh, that's it? These chunks were barely loaded. That's not useful. Well, no, because it needs to cook up. I have to sit here, kinda. I just need the chunks to be loaded. You used to be able to use hoppers. Items going through hoppers used to keep chunks loaded. I don't know if that does that anymore. In fact, hold on real fast. Is all of this within one chunk? Because if so, if I just had a chunk loader, that would be useful. Oh, it fits. Oh, kinda. This chest here is within a different chunk. That's probably alright. I wonder how many people do not treat Chat GPT nicely. There we go. Yeah, if I had a chunk loader, this might work. But I do feel like I should slide this over a block if I wanted to verify. But it's been sitting there for so long. In fact, I'm pretty sure I made that super smelter ever since 1.5 came out, because why else would I want to have a furnace there unless if I had the hoppers? I feel like the people who work on developing these AI models we have, the advanced ones, would better understand how it would function on the inside. Unless if it is such a large collection of different people working on it that no singular person would understand. I could also see that happening. You're still gonna continue to enforce your constructed intelligence terminology. I have a feeling it's not gonna pick up. If you want to revolutionize the world, go right on ahead. I just don't think the change will be happening. Yeah, I really do need something for this side of the world for traversing. If you're not the only person, then you should band together with other similar thinkers. Alright, I'm ready because I want to see both sides of the discussion. How did ores get down there? Oh, never mind. Chunk repopulation. Because all of that was stone because of the water covering all the lava turned into stone. Oh well. Anyways, keep going. Being used in video game stuff was one of the parallels I made. But video game AI is not the same as something like GPT we use these days. The big gray box. If I have the roof, I almost think I should just update the map now while I wait around for that glass to cook up. Fake was used as the term for artificial, since artificial means fake. Potato saying it's not fake because it's not, or it's not artificial because it's not fake. Was the way he was viewing it. Oh, excuse me, Torch, you don't belong there. I guess I'll move it there. I'll need to come up with a lighting system, but I'll probably do that as I figure out all of this. I'm gonna need to make a bunch of redstone lamps because I wanted to be able to turn on and off. It's still so weird to me seeing that one swamp tree here. Anyways, hyper agency hyper agent. No, high agency hyper agent. I can't see us calling it haha. Unless that was meant to be a joke. Just call it a robot? What is the definition of robot, though? That's the question. Howdy, Mr. Golem. I see you spinning around. 2 stacks and 18. That only cooked up another stack. I'll take this, thank you. Excuse me, golems, please don't spend too much time down here. Oh wait, hold on. You know what I never did? I never made that creeper farm. I was supposed to work on that soon. By the time part 4 was over, I thought. Oh, you know what? The sheep. I still want to update the map, but maybe I'll get the glass in first. No. Let's just wait for the glass since I don't think it's going to register on the map. Where'd all my item frames go? What? You deleted my map because it's right on the chunk border? Man, I knew this bug was going to be a problem. I didn't realize, though. Yeah, I'm going to have to fix that, but that's a problem for future me. I don't know when it gets fixed, though. It'll have to... Well, surprise, I guess this, I'll deal with the maps later. Of course it forgot about what you would tell it, because one person telling GPT anything, it's not going to stick. It's going to disregard the data after that session because it's going to be unrelated to anything else in the future. If it happens multiple times, it's more likely to retain that information. Alright, in fact, while we're here, let me put away the slime balls and we'll sleep, and then we'll finish the sheep farm like I was supposed to earlier. Did a web search and couldn't find it. Wonder what search engine it uses. Wonder if it has its own search engine. Oh, the Zella Moon rises. Alright, back to work we go. So, I needed... I'll take some wheat. Oh wait, yeah, I will need wheat. I'll need 6 pieces and a lead, or a few. Nesting doll of Minecraft worlds is a way to describe polyworlds I have not heard before. I can't even remember what Nolitrum first utilized in his descriptions because I feel like his were some of the most abstract, the most abstract analogies. Beep beep. All right, sheep, be free. Kinda. The false sense of freedom. Where'd the third one go? Buddy, what are you doing? Get back here. When you say better results when asking about your writing, did you give it your writing and then told it to analyze it or something? Ask it questions about what you wrote? Alright, move that. There's 1, and 2, and 3. Alright, so we'll start out with all the purple sheep. Oh wait, hold up, just kidding, this way. Maybe I should have started with the pink. Hi to you as well. Howdy, welcome to the stream. Come on, sheep, get in. Up this way, please. Alright, purple's been taken care of. Now I'll do the same for pink. Alright, so I need you, and you. Where's the last one? Here's, and you 3. Where are all the small fries? I thought the small fries were supposed to stay close to the adults. Alright, this way. Oh, can I not put that there? Well, that's weird. Uh-oh. Intruder alert. Red spies on the base. That was a server lag spike. What happened? What are we at? 1 second. 1 second delay. Yeah. I feel like if using asterisk intelligence is required to make you think, I think that means you're using it correctly. Can't say a lot of people use it correctly. Come on. There we go. Can't say a lot of people use it correctly. But is that not the point? Alright, so where are the small fries? There's one. Where'd the other two go? If anyone sees it, please tell me. Surely there are 3, right? I want to say I saw 3. Oh, found him. The grass color is green, nice bright, because I'm using a resource pack. I have a lot of the old textures on here. This is not the alpha grass color though. This is the original Ruby Dunk grass texture that Notch made that ended up being utilized in the first couple pre-classic versions. It is ever so slightly darker than what was used in classic and later. I don't have the old school texture pack. I have an resource pack I worked on that uses a lot of old textures. So now that this is all taken care of, I've succeeded. I now have every sheep color and 3 of each. Alright, I feel better because that was unfinished for the longest time. Now it's all taken care of. As long as the sheep stay within the pen, we'll be all set. Oh, hold up. Something popped up. Let me take a real quick peek, see if this is at all important. Probably not, but... Nope, all good. Okay, back to work. We only have a few minutes left of the day. The whole argument of constructed versus artificial. Have you written, Potato, have you written, like, a whole thesis paper about why it should be constructed yet? I don't know where you would submit that to, but I feel like that would be rather interesting. I feel like, I don't know who you would send it to, but like posting around online, it might get interest. I think it would be fun. I feel like as long as you thoroughly expand on the arguments, then I think it could go somewhere. Yeah, I know it doesn't need to be long because all the points you've written have been summarized in only a few main primary statements. So I know it's not going to be long, which would make it more accessible to read. Oh yeah, hold on, my shears. I keep going back and forth. Yeah, if you look back at, I want to say it might have been Discord you told me about using languages. And so that is one example that hiccup you can look back upon. So yeah, there's reference material there for stuff you've said in the past. And where are my shears? I know they're somewhere around here. Why can I not find my shears? Hold on, let me look at every single sign until I find them. Oh, here they are. Oh wait, I think, yeah, it's already, cannot yet combine. I need carpet. Oh, pig spawner. We're gonna do this now, before I forget, for the 5th or 6th time. Let me grab some stone brick. Probably not too much. we're gonna grab some stone brick. We're gonna grab a pig spawn egg. And then we're going back to the stronghold because I keep forgetting. And I don't want to start something new. Plus, I still need to wait for the glass to finish. That's still cooking, and that's probably not going to be done until tomorrow. Or by tomorrow's stream. So hold on, let me grab that pig spawn egg. Because I want to neutralize the silverfish one. Y'all should totally collaborate on this constructed intelligence thesis. Or something like, why artificial intelligence is not artificial. Feel free to steal that title if you want, or have any similar form. Alright, how are we looking? Yeah, I still have a lot more glass that needs to cook. We're not going to wait for that. So away we go. To the stronghold. Sun's going down, but that's alright. You know what? No, keep that on my hotbar. I don't want to accidentally waste it. My sheep farm is so nice. It's all colorful now. It's probably the first time I've ever done something like this. The sheep farm on this scale. There was one I had on Piecraft Syndicate Season 1, but that wasn't mine. Someone else who played on that server made it. Let's see, OBS says 1:57. Yeah, about 3 minutes left of the day. Alright, Silverfish, your time is up. No more will you be a nuisance. Huzzah! Alright, oops, that was a mistake. Man, how many silverfish have spawned from in here? Alright, we'll have to wait. Hold up, let me get rid of that real fast. Alright, so the extra stone brick are because I wanted to fix like that. And there's those two. Or maybe if I fix that one, I can do that one as well. I don't know how many of these are. Oops. Here, if I could just eliminate the stone or the silverfish now. There's another one. Oops. I'll need to come back with more stone brick, but yeah, there's a... Why are these breaking so fast? Hold on, if I could just let all the silverfish pop on out, I'll feel better. All of these are just little problems waiting to annoy me in the future, so I figured I'll just get rid of them all now. Only problem is I don't remember the stone brick breaking so quickly. The silverfish blocks, I should say. They used to break slower. Alright, maybe that's it. I know there's this whole library down here, but I'll probably just leave that as is. Alright, but now I feel better, because now there's that many less silverfish around here. They kept spawning from the spawner, and then... They kept spawning from the spawner, then just infesting new blocks. This might be the last one. Kinda. Oh, there's more. Hello. Yeah, if y'all have any final thoughts, probably start wrapping them up now, as we get close to the end here. So I'll be back and fix this up later. Because now that I have all these silverfish clearing out, now I don't have to worry about fixing this place up. I hear one, but I don't know where he is. Nope. There you are, hello. Okay, I'm trying to get back to where I was. I don't know if I have a fast way to get up there. I might have done goofed. Oh, never mind, here we are. Alright, so yeah, now y'all can for sure start saying your final thoughts, as we'll be back again tomorrow, hopefully at normal time. Normal time tomorrow, and wrap up on all that glass that still needs to be put up, and hopefully start finishing up on the Zelenate Co. But yeah, that's indeed all it for today. Thank you all for watching. Bye.